welcome to another weekly vlog. This week I really want to come out of the week feeling energized and happy and just better than I have for the last few weeks. I've seen the concept of a dopamine menu floating around my socials for a few months now. If you don't know what it is basically a list of things or activities that you can do that are going to make you feel good and happy and basically stop you from doom scrolling or getting into some bad habits. Very obviously, this varies person to person, so I've gone ahead and created my dopamine menu, and this vlog is basically going to be doing the stuff on that. It is Monday. I have had a head start at the back end of last week. I filmed a few little bits over the weekend, so we're going to flash back to that first, and then I'm going to come back and talk a little bit more. It is Sunday, I'm having a little bit of a reset, and then Formula 1 is on this evening. I've just showered. I'm going to do some quick skincare before getting cozy and watching the Grand Prix. Obviously, Formula 1 was incredible. As per usual, it was such a dramatic race. But I very quickly wanted to talk about the Outrun, which was the film I went to see the other day. It's been on my watch list for quite a while, but honestly, I didn't even realise it had been released yet until I was looking for a film to watch when I went to the cinema. The Outrun is directed by Nora Fingscheidt, hopefully I've pronounced that right, and it stars Saoirse Ronan, who plays Rona, and she does such an incredible job acting in this film. It is a beautiful piece about the ebbs and flows of alcoholism and trying to be sober. It is told in this non-linear narrative, which means we kind of switch between London, where she currently lives, and the Orkney Islands in Scotland, where she is from and where she returns to. Sometimes I find that non-linear narratives can be really difficult to follow, but I feel like they use her character in such a good way to make it obvious where we are at in this film. In the parts based in the Orkney Islands, there is a lot of ocean imagery and very beautiful cinematography, and this carries through a lot of the film, and they basically add another layer of this by adding Scottish folktale into it. I'm really trying not to give away too much, but oh my god, I really loved that layer, and I feel like it added such meaning to Rona's character as well. I do feel like there's probably quite a lot of stuff I have missed, and I probably will be going back to rewatch it when it comes out digitally so that I can just soak it in again without having to follow the narrative as much. I do feel like it is a film that you probably have to watch a few times to really get its full meaning, but nevertheless I do encourage you to go see it in cinemas if you haven't already. I got so lucky, and it was the last showing at my local cinemas, but if it's still showing near you, then highly recommend. But welcome to a new week. As I said, it is Monday and I still have a lot of things on my dopamine menu to tick off this week. I am popping in to outro this video. I've had such a nice time filming it. I was going to upload it last week and my Wi-Fi has been so terrible in the last week or so, and it just did not upload in time. I was sat there at like 5 o'clock and it was still processing, so I figured I would pop in before I upload it this week and talk about what I've been reading. As you have seen from the last few clips, I've carried on reading Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. I very nearly DNF'd this, and that is so rare for me to DNF a book. I feel like the first 100 pages took too long to build up what the characters were and what their situations were, and I was just a bit bored at the start, but then I've carried on reading it and I feel like it really does pick up. So I gave it 4 stars. By the end I did actually quite enjoy it, but probably not as much as her other books. So I have finally finished this book anyway, and then because I wasn't sure if that was considered a book that I would reach for and like part of my dopamine menu, I guess reading generally is, but that book obviously I kind of struggled with. So I decided to pick up a book that I would consider a go-to series. I read the first one on my way to Cape Verde, and then I read the second one in August. So I've picked up the third one, which is Magnolia Park's A Long Way Home. I love this series so much. I'm trying not to read it too quickly because I actually do not want it to end. I love this series so much. I'm already 200 pages through this one. I feel like they just fly past, and I can read like 500 pages in a few days with these books. They're such an easy read but also really entertaining. If you haven't heard of this series, which I'm sure you have, but it is basically like Made in Chelsea and Gossip Girl, and it alternates between Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hates. Daisy Hates is a bit more mob style, but Magnolia Parks is definitely more like Gossip Girl type vibe. So yeah, I'm probably gonna spend my day carrying on reading that.